How you doing today?
Adam, what's up?
Hey, wanted to ask you about Tommy Townsend. I'm guessing you're pretty happy with how he's hitting the ball when you need some distance, but still hasn't mastered the killing the ball inside the 20. I know all guys are different, but how's he doing with that? What's reasonable to expect from him in terms of a time frame of him sort of getting that down?
Well, we like for him to get it down this week. I mean, perfectly, in a perfect world, but he's a work in progress. But I tell you, I'm really excited about his talent. I mean, he's got a great leg, really good kick, a really good punt leg, and he's a guy he's going to continue to get better and better every day. In practice, he looks good. I mean, he's down and getting those balls inside, inside the 20, inside the 10 on a consistent basis. We haven't had a lot of rugby punts. The punts that we had in that last game were backed up. He had one rugby where he hit it out of bounds, where it wasn't a good kick last week. But I'm just really pleased the way he's coming along, and he's getting better and better. Hopefully this week we can get a couple inside the 20.
Let's go next to Sarin Petro. Go ahead, Sarin.
Coach, just a question about the onside kick. I know we've seen kind of a new phenomenon of setting the ball, flat, and we've seen that spin in the Falcons, how it worked out for the Cowboys. Looked like you were trying to maybe take advantage of that, and you got the hands team out there, so there's that big gap in the middle, and maybe it just got hit a little long. You looking for was that the intention? Looking for that sweet spot in between to get everybody on the run, diving for the ball?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question because there was 4 minutes and change on the clock. I know that, and we had 2 timeouts. So I talked to Andy before that, and I said, hey, do you want to kick it deep? And he agreed, yeah, we'll kick it deep. But I said, but we have a little special kick that we wanted to try there because what Booker has a special talent that he's able to hit guys up on the front line. He can target a player and hit him with a line drive shot. So that's really what we tried to do on that play. Knowing that if it goes by, he doesn't hit him, and it goes by him and it goes deep, we're pinning him deep too, just like we wanted to. So we were trying 2 things in one kick with that one. And actually, if you go back and look at the tape, the ball actually went through the guy's legs that we were aiming at. The guy, he had no idea. You can't prepare for, you can't get out of the way fast enough. The ball, you're only 10 yards away, and that ball comes at you, over 80 miles an hour. And that ball, it almost would have hit. It almost hit him. It should have hit him, and it didn't. I mean, that's where the luck factor comes in. If it hits the guy, we come up with it, and we're all happy because we had a great onside kick. It doesn't hit him. It goes by him. It goes deep. Now we still could play defense because we got 2 timeouts left. So that was the whole idea on that. We just didn't get the ball to hit the guy, and then the ball could have been a little bit deeper as far as hitting it just a little bit harder, which that would have been perfect. But overall, I thought the execution of it was pretty good.
And just as a follow-up, how many, not to use another golf analogy with you this week, but how many kicks, how many clubs in the bag are there for the onside kick? Is there 2, 5, 10? How many different little versions you got?
He's got a lot. He works at it. Like he'll take our typical Friday practice in the afternoon. He'll spend about a half hour just doing a bunch of different kicks. So we've got a whole bunch of different things that come up in different situations, and that situation right there was a perfect situation for that kick. It just didn't work out.
It's like we've got 2 more hands up. We'll go Pete Sweeney and then Sam. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Coach, the Watkins injury stands out a bit because you guys like to use both Hill and Hardman back there. Occasionally Hill, now more. If it came to it, which it may not, but if it came to it, I was just curious who would be third in line for kick return, and why have they achieved that?
Yeah, we have a number of guys that can do it. If you're watching that game, we had Fenton back there too, and I was hoping that they would kick it to him, and they didn't. They kicked the touchback. I put him out there early to show it that, hey, they never know anything about this guy. Maybe they'll kick to him. They didn't. But we have a number of guys. I mean, Pringle's a guy that, I feel very confident in. Those guys are out there every day. We're out there catching kickoffs and punts, and D-Rob's another guy. He could be a punt returner, kick returner. So we have a number of guys that can do it. Right now, McCole is still our best guy. We'll use him if it's a situation where we couldn't go, we'd go another route.
Next to Sam Mellinger. Go, Sam.
Hey, Dave. First, I hope the play call on that is dodgeball or something like that.
I tell you, it keeps you on alert up there in that line. So
yeah, you've been really good talking about Butker's kicking. And last week when we were talking to you, you said you guys figured out what it was that he was missing and you got it corrected. And obviously he was perfect. Could you expand on just what you guys found, like what little technical thing you guys found and fixed in his kicking?
Well, I mean, we talked about it. It was more of a, like, I think it was his target, you know, and he gets so close and he doesn't hit the ball the same as he would on a deeper kick. You need to stay aggressive on the short kicks as well. You know, you have to have the same stroke, and he was coming with a slightly different stroke on a shorter kick because he didn't need as much leg power. And it's kind of like trying to place it in there instead of just throwing it in there, you know, and he, you know, we worked on that, and I think we got that ironed out for him.